For Fun's Sake podcast is recorded remotely in 2 different locations due to COVID-19. This can result in wildly different audio qualities between people and weird stuff that happens in video conferencing. Womp womp. Sorry. But we here at For Fun's Sake are dedicated to getting the highest quality that is easily possible to you. So we are striving every week to get better and better. So stick with us. Take it away, Ryan.
1, 2.
Why would I drive a car into a swimming pool? Skip my classes just to seem pretty cool. Why would I be that guy? Why would I buy a plane ticket to the Amazon? Compete naked in a triathlon. Why would I waste my time?
With Sammy and EJ.
Okay, we are recording.
All right. Hello, and welcome to For Fun's Sake podcast, the podcast that you clicked on and are now listening to because you did a thing.
Congratulations.
I'm Sammy, and that's EJ.
That's me.
Yep, that's you. EJ is not live in their office, and I am also not live in my office, which is blank. And sad, except for my little, for those watching, you can't really see it, but I have a little bookshelf in the very top is full of nothing, but very, very tiny, tiny knickknacks.
Knickknackums.
So, knickknackums. So EJ started last week a really cool, like, show and tell type of thing.
Yeah.
So, EJ, what would you like to show and tell for this week? While I take a sippy sip of some water.
A little sippy sip. So, I got rats on purpose.
Yes, you did not order a rat to just come in like with the plague from outside.
No, it's not a infestation, vermin kind of situation. I have 2 rats now. I tried to get them last week on Thursday, and this is my show and tell. So I went to the PetSmart in the quarry because I Googled it and they're like, yep, we got rats. And they usually have them in stock. So I was like, cool.
Yeah, PetSmart, we got rats.
Yeah. So I was like, cool. I don't have to like worry about like, cause all summer I've been watching the Humane Society website for rats and they just don't get them in. Cause like what has happened in your life if you're like, I have rats and I can't take care of them for the next year and a half because they have such short lifespans. Anyway, so I went to PetSmart and I was like looking around. I didn't see that if they had any. I didn't see them in like the little cages. So I was like, maybe they have them in a different section. I literally have never been in a PetSmart before. So I might have missed it. So I asked the employee, right? And they're like, yeah, I've worked here for like 4 years and I've never seen rats here. And I was like, the website says PetSmart sells rats. Interesting. So then they said Petco might sell them. Or they gave me the name of where I did eventually get them. So then I went out into the parking lot and I called Petco and I was like, do you have rats? And they're like, no. So I called another location, like, do you have rats? And then on the third Petco, they were like, Petco doesn't sell rats and we're just not in stock. You know, like I was like, do you have rats in stock? And they said no. So the third person was like, we don't sell live rats at all. So then, still in the parking lot, I Google like, why doesn't anybody sell rats? And apparently, I think it's close to 10 years ago, 5 to 10 years ago, there was a court case. Apparently rats can carry a disease and a child got sick and passed away because they had this disease. And so the lawsuit, they sued PetSmart or Petco or whatever. And they said, if you sell these rats, you should be able to guarantee that these rats aren't sick or at least have a warning like, hey, quarantine your rat for a couple weeks so that you don't get sick. But instead of testing or like putting that up in the stores, they just decided to not sell rats outright.
Well, that's weird because I know PetSmart does still sell rats.
They sell mice.
Oh, so they don't sell rats anymore?
This is why it's show and tell, is I did a lot of research into it.
Oh.
So, like, the court case says you have to test every rat and guarantee that they're not sick or put up like a liability waiver and like, if you buy these rats, you sign this thing that says, I understand that this rat could be sick. And so instead of doing any of that, they just don't sell rats.
Which is stupid. It's not that hard to put up a liability waiver.
No, but I think they're afraid that like it'll send away customers. I don't know. But like rats are $12. They were $12 when they did sell them.
Yeah, like they're not expensive. Heck, when I got my hamster at PetSmart, he was like 25 and an asshole. So don't get your hamsters at PetSmart.
Yeah. So the end of the story is I found Oddball Pet Factory, which is Fridley or Blaine. I don't know exactly where the border is, but it's just straight up central from me, about 20 minutes. And they breed rats in-house. And they have hedgehogs and hamsters and a bunch of other rodents, snakes, all shapes and sizes of snakes, reptiles like lizards and stuff. So I walked in and they're like, what are you looking for? And I was like, rats. And they're like, okay, cool. What kind? And I was like, the pet kind. And they're like, uh-huh. What breed? And I was like, there's different breeds of rats?
Yes, EJ, of course there are different breeds.
So then they're like, so like, what were you looking for? Like size, color? And I said, medium. And I asked for dark fur because dark fur because albino rats are scary. I love them still.
Albino rats are not scary.
They're not, but like, I don't know. They have so many more health issues, I think. So
sure, go with that. That's your reason why you're hashtag.
These are literally my first pets. I've never had a pet before. I've never been in a PetSmart before. Like I went in. I brought Naomi because she's had pets her whole life, and she had a mouse and it just died like a month ago. So she's had mice. And so I brought her with me because I was like, I don't know I know what they need, but I don't know,
Well, you did research, right?
Yes.
About like, okay.
Yeah. And my cousins have had rats for like ever. So like, I'm familiar. It was just, like, what brand of this stuff do you get? Like, I know you need food, but like, what's a good brand?
You just find a good brand. I don't know. That is actually a very strange thing because, like, I guess when I had pets, that just was something that kind of came naturally. You just kind of figure it out.
Yeah, because, like, you're a kid, your parents handle it, and you just, like, see what they get, and then you narrow it down from there.
Yeah.
But, like, I had a fish. And everything...
Fish food is actually pretty simple.
Yeah, and everything I needed for him was gifted to me. Like, it was a birthday present. The fish and its accoutrement.
Oh.
So like I had no idea.
Yes.
So
well, where are your boys?
Gorals. They're in the other room. I mounted my TV, so there's this big empty space now. So I put a shelf under the TV and their cages on that.
Aww, what are their names?
Penelope and Poppy.
Oh, you went with like human names.
I know.
Weirdo. Do you call like Penelope Pemp or Lope and then Poppy Pop or E?
When Penelope is she's wild. She'll like jump off of shit and like run around. It's wild girl hours all the time. And so I go, whoa, Nelly, when she's doing something.
So wait, what was this place called again?
Oddball Pet Factory.
Oddball, I'm writing it down.
Yeah.
'Cause you said they sell snakes?
Mm-hmm.
And they breed their rats in-house?
Yeah.
Oh.
And they do feeder rats too, and I got to see them. They're so little. They were like 3 inches long, and they were so cute, but they wouldn't sell them to me as a pet because they would just...
Well, no, they're meant for food. Yeah. Yeah. Feeder rats are not meant to be loved. They are definitely meant to live their life and be eaten.
Yeah. Penelope, she's a stinker. I tried... Yesterday, for the first time, I tried to pick him up, like let him sniff me out and everything. So I put peanut butter on my middle finger and just, here's my hand, you can crawl on it, Penelope sniffed the peanut butter, licked it, recognized that it was food, moved over to my ring finger and took a big chomp. So we're
well, you're just gonna have to eventually get aggressive. Oops, as I hit my table. You're just gonna eventually have to get aggressive and just pick him up.
I know. I think. Yeah, Sunday I'll have to clean their cage because it'll have been a week since I put in bedding. So I'm going to have to traumatize them, but I'm trying to like get them used to me. They're still kind of afraid of me. But
Oh, yeah. Well, and the thing is, too, the more you got to remember, too, the more you hold them, the more you play with them, and the more you let them like explore kind of the house, the more they won't be traumatized anymore.
yeah.
And good that you got 2 of them, so then they at least can play with each other.
Yeah, well, fight each
yeah.
other, but
Well, yeah. But at least you got 2 girls, because 2 boys would definitely be territorial. So, but yeah, like you could definitely get my friend Sam, because of course I know all the Sams. When her mom used to work, actually, she worked in like a science lab, so they had rats for testing.
yeah.
Her mom would bring a lot of them home after they were done like with their experiments and stuff. And so she kind of rescued a lot of the animals that they tested on. Sorry, I need a sip of water. And so Sam would have a lot of these really awesome rats, and they would have they built, and I think it was actually out of like a baby playpen. I can't remember, but they built like this really cool little obstacle course for all the rats and stuff. And maybe we could do that. We could go to like a Goodwill, get you some a baby playpen or baby
crib.
Yeah, and just let your rats go loose, go ham.
Yeah. I'm working up to that. I got for $6 next to all the little hides, the little houses they can hide in.
Yep.
Right next to there, they had harnesses with leashes. So I did, in fact, get one of those for $6, and we are working up to that for sure.
Once, of course, they get used to you and aren't scared of you.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome.
I love them so much. Even though they bite me when I try to feed them.
Well, and that's also, they'll just bite you anyways. Yeah. Rats are nibblers. Yeah,
Poppy
so.
is really good. She was just licking and then just licked, and it tickled very much, but I held very still. And she licked the peanut butter, and she's like, oh, it's gone. And then she left. Penelope was,
she's like, well, I'm done.
Yeah. It's like, okay. And Penelope, forgive the pun, was a rat bastard and bit me.
Well, and Penelope could have thought that, your finger was food, you know?
Yeah.
Unlike sharks, fish are friends, not food. Just kidding. Just JK. LOL.
Wow. Wow.
Wow. Actually, cows kill, I think, more people than sharks do per year, if I remember correctly.
Yes, but also humans and cows more often.
It's bears kill more people per year than sharks do, but then cows kill more people. No. It's bears kill more people than sharks do, but then it's cows kill more people than bears do. It's really weird. But then it's some weird crossover where it's yes, cows kill a lot of people, but then some years bears kill more people than cows, but they don't kill as many people as sharks. It's just a very strange economy.
It's also an exposure thing.
Yeah.
What would you like to show and tell now that I took up almost all?
Let me see. I watched a whole new series on Netflix called Evil. That was a really good show, really fun. About a detective who she's not a detective, sorry. She's a forensic psychologist who teams up with the Catholic Church. She's a skeptic. And she teams up with a soon-to-be priest named David, and then his, tech construction consultant guy named Ben, who's really awesome. And they basically try to debunk things like miracles and possessions. So I highly recommend that. 10 out of 10. Great show. Awesome Dutch angles, as a lot of people know. I am a huge fan of a Dutch angle. If you don't know what a Dutch angle is, that is when they tilt the camera in films. They usually do it mostly in horror movies, science fiction, thrillers, action sequences. They do it usually to denote a sense of unease. I think that's actually a description I read in some film book years ago.
No, that's pretty much the definition. That's literally the textbook definition.
And the thing is, Dutch angles are my favorite thing in the whole wide world. Literally, hands down, the Dutch angle is my favorite angle in the whole world. Do I think they are overused? Yes. Have I complained about them in movies? Yes, because you can have a shitty Dutch angle.
Yes.
And there are a lot of movies that use a Dutch angle very shittily. So yes, I do complain about them. However, they're still my favorite shot. And the show uses them almost to the point of too much, where it's like, oh my God, you need to stop. But it's just like, they're perfect. And I love them. It's great. So yeah, I highly recommend the show just for the Dutch angles alone. There's a demon in it called George, who I'm really into because they did a really good job on him. Yeah, I think that show is really good. Trying to think, what else do I have for show and tell? I've had kind of a, oh, sorry. I do apologize. I've had kind of just a week. You know, I took a quote vacation from work last weekend, so I had like Monday through Friday off.
Nice.
Or Friday through Monday off. So it was like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. And I ended up having an allergic reaction. So it was a really shitty couple of days. As some people don't know, as EJ knows, I am allergic to poinsettias. And Michaels has decided to start putting out Christmas stuff. Mm-hmm. And they decided to put on a top shelf near an air vent to start putting out their poinsettias. And Haley and I went on a Friday, and that whole weekend, I was suffering allergy symptoms. Should I have taken a Benadryl? Yes. But by the time my nose had swollen, my skin was itchy, I was just like, fuck, I'll just deal with it. And it lasted a couple of days, because even though I washed my skin, whatever particles were on my skin decided to just sit there for a while. So my nose was really itchy, my skin was itchy, and it wasn't until Monday that I looked in the mirror and I was like, wow, I finally look like a human being. Finally my headache was going away, all that stuff. So that was great. Glad I did not show you that because I look gross. And then I had an MRI yesterday, which was so much fun.
How long do those usually take?
So mine yesterday would have been longer, except they decided to do my 3 MRIs in one. So because I was still enough, they were able to just kind of whip through them. So mine only took like a little bit over an hour. The first half, they did like partial scans of like the 3 places they needed to. And then the like last, I don't know, like about 25 minutes, then they gave me, they give you this ink. It's a dye, and the dye dyes new places in your brain. So what the dye does is it will latch itself onto new like bad areas in your brain, like places that maybe are possibly decaying or places that are damaged or, you know, have, you know, like new, basically like a new scar type of thing. Yeah. And so then they gave me the dye for like the last 25 minutes, which also turns your pee a very fun color. So peeing afterwards was very interesting. And then they let me go. And then they were like, we'll let you know. I ended up coming out kind of in pain because my hip locked up, but that's also because I have lower back issues. So when I left, I was like, everything hurts and I'm dying. And they were like, that sucks. And I'm like, I know.
Tell me about it.
I can't show you my herniated disc in my lower back because that is inside my body. That is not outside my body. And
well, that's the tell part of show and tell.
Yes. Yeah, that's the tell. That's the tell. I'm not going to rip out my herniated disc and be like, look, it's gross, and then put it back in my body. That is the tell. So I don't really have a lot to show and tell this week. If I were to show you anything, it would be this awesome water bottle that I got from Target.
Is it the one you've been sipping on?
Yes, actually. It's called, I forget the company name. It's called Summit. That's what it is. And I think the reason I like it so much is I got it because I love water. Who doesn't? Your body is made up of what? 70% water?
Something like that.
And,
that sounds scientific.
something like that. We didn't go to school to be science. It's fine. and I'm like promoting Target. Yay. But
Corporate shill.
Right?
Good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right.
Successfully filled some time.
Yes.
That's how I look at all the things we do in this quarantimes. Would you like to play our first game?
Sure,
game.
roll the dice. I know I'm not going to blow on it. That's gross.
But we're socially distant. You don't have to worry about your particles.
It's still gross. It makes me uncomfortable.
3, think about it.
All right, and Think About It is the game where we randomly generate
2.
2 words, and we... Wait, oh my god, I'm mixing up our games. Is this where we come up with the conspiracy about it?
Yeah.
Can we change the name of Think About It to Conspiracy It or something?
Okay.
Because I mix it up with, what's the other one?
Don't get me started.
Don't Get Me Started, yes.
Okay. So, conspiracy time.
All right, so what are our 2 words?
Angel and Page.
Page is in P-A-G-E?
Yeah. So,
Well, I mean, that could automatically even just be the Bible, which we are not even going to get into because
No.
there's so many conspiracy
there's so
theories.
many conspiracies. You froze for like a solid 10 seconds. That was wild.
Whoa, EJ.
What?
Holy shit, hold on. I need to show you what I see.
Okay. Gonna see.
Wow, I don't know what's going on, but it's freaking out.
You get to see our whole conversation. Oh, cool beans! Yeah, that's not me. That's... Oh, shit, that might be me. Or your computer.
That was so weird.
My face was full screen for a hot second, and that was wild. Did not like it. 1 bit.
Okay, so our 2 words for Think About It are Angel and Page.
So I think maybe we could connect the 2. Wow, I am coming through really hot on your mic. Yeah, that's perfect.
That's perfect? Okay.
So our 2 words. Angel, Page.
Angel and Page. Well, it's hard because all I can think about is the Bible.
Yeah. Maybe we can connect the 2 where like page maybe is a verb where you like page an angel. So like what if
Like a pager?
Yeah. So like
Well, like boy do I have issues with pager.
So what if it's like a hospital paging system? I gotta stop doing that. I'm shaking the whole world. Where like you pick up the phone and you go dial 4 and you page an angel and angel, it's an angel service conspiracy.
That sounds more like an advertisement. Like, hey, do you or someone you know need an angel? Dial 1-800-ANGEL-ME and then just press 4. Please do not press 3 as that will send you to Satan. Like,
okay. What if like so you know hospitals.
I do know of them.
Yeah, the concept of a hospital. You know how they work with they have like a phone and you can like page. So what if when you page and you like paging Dr. What's his face, come to room 32, what's his face? What if when you did that and you accidentally paged number 7, it was an angel? The angel of death.
Well, EJ, that still isn't a conspiracy.
What if you could page the angel of death from a hospital?
I mean, technically, I think the angel of death is like already there. I mean, in a way, yeah, then you are paging him. All I can imagine now is like the angel of death just like chilling in the break room, eating his like bologna sandwich, and then all of a sudden he gets a page. And he's like, "Fuck! I just
like
literally, it has been nothing but like death all day today, And all I want to do is have like 10 minutes to myself to eat my bologna and cheese sandwich. And he gets up, you know, he like goes to the room and he's like, who's the fucker who's dying? And there's like Mr. Watson and he's in the corner. He's like, hell, I'm ready to go. And Death is like, all right, well, good. As he's like holding his sandwich still in his like scythe. And he's like walking up to him and he's like, all right, you ready? And Mr. Watson's like, wait, I must say. And he's like, Jesus Christ, dude, some of us would like to finish our lunch. And then, you know, it's just this whole thing of him being like, I'm ready to go. Hey, your bologna sandwich looks good. And he's like, no, my sandwich.
This is Death's
Not
sandwich.
yours. My sandwich.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how I feel about it. That's Death's bologna sandwich.
Conspiracy
He-
theory, the Angel of Death is an underpaid hospital worker.
Yeah, he is an underpaid, underappreciated,
Overworked.
overworked, burnt out, like, employee who deserves a motherfucking vacation. I'm so sorry if you heard that ping. It was my phone.
Bing.
That's on me.
Next
But Death
game.
is so underappreciated.
Next game. We did it. We spun one. We spun a whole
That's-
conspiracy.
I should let Death eat his bologna sandwich.
All right, next game.
Give him a break.
Don't get me started. That's the one where we randomly generate one word. And we,
What's the word? Oh God, you're already laughing.
linger.
Oh God. Oh.
Right?
Oh my gosh. Like,
We generate one word and we rant about it as if it's something that really boils our onion.
I thought it was put vinegar in our orange juice.
That too. Boiled onions are also disgusting, but
But why would you put vinegar in your onions? Actually, no, you'd
pickle
want to
them.
do that because then you'd have pickled onions.
Yeah.
Anyways. Okay. So many people, like, fucking linger. Like, literally, this takes me back. Okay, so, story time. I legit, when I first came here, so this was when I was, like, still applying to Target. This was, like, the first 2 weeks of me being here in Minnesota. So I had no job, just got here, just, like, I was technically, like, homeless for, like, the first 2 weeks of me.
technically I'm homeless.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
I was living in like a hotel with, like, out of my mom's car with her, blah, blah, blah. She, like, just, you know, we were trying to figure all this out. I was, like, just applying to Target. And also, like, by the way, when I applied to my Target job, I had applied literally to 10 other jobs at the same time.
Mhm.
I only got callbacks from 2 of them. And then, like, 3 weeks later, I got an email response from Dairy Queen, which I completely forgot I had applied to because it was a block. It was like a couple blocks from where I was going to be living.
Yeah.
So, and then they ended up closing. So I was like, of course, I'm glad I never, like, applied, got that job.
Yeah.
So I was in Target, the Target I used to work at, getting Starbucks, because this is after I applied. And I was in line, and this was, like, my first, like, Minnesota nice experience. And this involves lingering, so I'm not just, like, babbling on.
No.
So I was getting my, like, venti drink because, bitch, if you're gonna go to Starbucks, get
Yeah.
the venti or just don't get anything.
Yeah, if you're gonna spend a shit ton of money on mildly decent coffee, like, at least spend the extra $1 and get as much as possible.
Yeah. Or if you're gonna get, like, me, if you're gonna do, like, the hot chocolate, I get it, it's sweet, then do the grande, but if it's, like, not that sweet, just do yourself a favor, get the venti. Anyways, so, like, I was standing there waiting, and there was this, like, woman who was just lingering and, like, waiting, and I was like, okay, this is fine, you know, and then this guy kind of, like, budged in front of her because his drink was going to be next. And it wasn't like, it wasn't it was meant to be, like, a rude thing. It was kind of more of, like, an accident. Like, you could tell, like, he was busy you know, it was more he wasn't thinking about it. Like, he definitely obviously didn't mean to be an asshole. Like, he was looking at his watch, obviously wasn't paying attention. And, you know, guys are guys. They do that shit all the time.
Yeah.
Well, then this lingering lady who wasn't everybody's way, I might add. Like, she was even in my way. Like, I had to go around her just to wait for my drink. Mm-hmm. And she was just, like, so fucking rude. She was like, wow, really?
Wow.
Yeah. Well, and of course, this guy was African American, so of course she had to say something.
Oh, Jesus. Like, no.
Karen. Yeah. And I was just standing there like, you're the one who's actually being an asshole. Yeah, you're the one who's been standing here forever. And of course, there were like 3 drinks that had been up. And I think before I had left, I think one of them had been hers. Like, I think she had been waiting there for literally no reason. I think her drink had been there literally like the entire time. And I was just like, I hate it when people do that. It is such this like self-righteous like
you ordered
bullshit.
A food like they yes, it's the service industry and they exist to serve you, but like you have to do your part of the service in order for things to go smoothly.
Exactly. And the poor guy like looked so hurt. And he looked at me and I even looked at him. And, like, as he was walking away, I looked at him and I looked at her, and he kind of smiled because I looked at her and I was like, she's crazy. And he just chuckled as he left because I was kind of like, that's not me. Like, ooh, like, I'm not with her. Like, she nuts. Like, that's not. I was like, dude, I do that to people all the time. I usually do say, excuse me. But it's like, that's how coffee places work.
Yeah.
It's a cycle. So you go get your drink and you leave. And that's happened to me before where they've put my drink up and they've been like, dude, your drink's been ready for like 5 minutes. And I'm like, oh, I'm in my own bubble, whatever. But I'm always that person who makes sure I stand as far away as the counter as I can until my drink is ready.
It's your turn, yeah.
Yes. And like, sorry also if you can hear rumbling behind me, our boiler has been like not working since I moved in. And apparently they decided that just now, today, when we were recording our podcast, to change it. No, they did not. They didn't tell us what day they were going to change it. They just decided that they were going to change it. They decided to give us notes about letting us know they were going to change it. So they left this lingering feeling that it's going to be changed. And then just apparently it's today. So, but yeah, also Minnesota Nice is bullshit. So I just would like anybody
That's what I was going to talk about was like fucking lingering is such a Minnesota thing where like my dad does it where I'm like, okay, I'm leaving my house. Goodbye. I'm going home. And he'll follow me out and like keep asking me questions and like talking to me. And I'm like, what? I sat in the house for like 6 hours. We watched football. We ate food. We talked. And now you're going to follow me out to my car and continue to talk to me. And usually it's like, it's a nice one out today. Yeah, dude!
Like, dude, I want to go home.
Yeah. It's like a Minnesota thing. And it's so wild to me.
It really is a Minnesota thing. I don't get it. And it's funny because Minnesotans make fun of like Wisconsinites all the time. And I'm like, there's this weird Midwest thing where everybody does have that like it's like that post-linger conversation.
It's like
then it's that hey goodbye linger conversation. It's like you have like 8 conversations after you say goodbye.
Well, yeah, because you don't say I'm leaving now. You say, well, I should probably get going soon.
Yeah, and then you're like, oh, okay, I need to get my shoes on. Oh, okay, where's my coat? Like it's that like goodbye process. But there's this weird difference between the Wisconsinite version and then the Minnesota one, because there's this strange, and that's what it is about Minnesota Nice, is it's passive aggression. And it's like Minnesota is just nothing but passive aggressions and microaggressions. And Wisconsin, we're just like straight up, no, I'm gonna go tip your cow because you're being a dick. And then it's like Minnesota's like, oh, you know,
I'm gonna call the HOA on you.
Yeah. Oh, you know, I'm going to tell the 4-H that you're just being a dick. And I'm going to tell the judge that you cheated. Whereas, like, Wisconsin's like, I stole your cow. And it's like, I don't know. Like, it's so weird how passive-aggressive Minnesota is. And that is my, you know, and I can say this because, you know, I spent my my formative years in Jacksonville, Florida. Then I went to Wisconsin. Then I came here. So, like,
You've experienced the difference.
I experienced 2 different places before coming to Minnesota, and, like, watching these kids, like, I was listening to some kids in the mall, and I'm like, wow, bullying here is even different. Like,
Yeah, dude.
like, fuck me. Like, in Wisconsin, at least people be like, you're fat. Literally, I had people who come up to me and be like, you're fat. And I'm like, yeah. And then the
Okay.
bully would be like, you're ugly. And I'd be like, yeah, I can't fix that. And then they'd be like, you want to hang out later? And I'd be like,
best friends?
yeah. And I'd be like, okay. And literally, like, that was how I became friends with all my bullies. And then I come here and I'm like, the fuck is this mind shit? Like,
No, bullies in Minnesota are fucking psychological warfare terrorists.
yeah, and I'm like, you know what, Minnesota? You can fucking hate Wisconsin all you want, because Wisconsin is at least the honest bitch at the prom who is enjoying the spiked punch and is like, you know what, later, let's go to a cornfield and party the rest of the night. Whereas you're trying to get your friend Joy's boyfriend Jake because you think he's hot. So you're just gonna try to mindfuck your way into his pants to piss her off on prom night, whereas the rest of us are just getting drunk in a cornfield. So then at our 20-year reunion, we have a rad-ass story to talk about how Jan wet her pants because she got scared of the scarecrow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like 2 different personalities in 2 different states.
And everybody
'Cause
thinks that it's like twins, but like they're totally different, but everyone else thinks they're the same person.
Yeah, literally 100%. And it's so funny because when I came to Minnesota, and I should have bought this shirt before I moved here. There's an artist in Wisconsin who made these great shirts where they drew Minnesota and Wisconsin hugging each other because of course, of our border. So it looks like it's 2 cartoons hugging each other. The first day I came here and went to Target, that was when I saw, like, Scawnies suck. And, like, all of these, like, anti-Wisconsin t-shirts. And I was like,
What do we do?
don't suck. We make your cheese.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for us, you wouldn't have your cheese curds. No, good sir. You can... No.
All you have
can
is
take-
soy.
Yeah, oh yeah. You can shove your soy in your pipe and smoke it, good sir. No.
I love how Linger brought up anti-Wisconsin, anti-Minnesota sentiments.
Oh, right, like,
Perfect.
we're a very, very anti,
Man, fuck the Midwest.
hateful hate just brought up, lingering just brought up some hate.
Would you like to play our 3rd game?
Yes.
We already played that one. Make it gay.
Oh god, we can make it so gay.
That's one word, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Freeze. So make it gay,
Freeze.
we generate a word and we talk about how the gay community could benefit from it. Or already does. And freeze, all I can think about is like fertility treatments where people freeze their eggs and shit.
Oh, really? I can only think about, what's his name? The Freeze from, like, Batman?
Mr.
like,
Freeze. Mr.
Yeah, Mr. Freeze. But, like, I can only think about Arnold Schwarzenegger's version
Is it
because it
Dr.
was
Freeze
so
or Mr.
gay.
Freeze?
I don't know.
'Cause he was,
I have
like,
to
in
look
the
it up.
grade.
Hold on. Let me look it up. And because I'm sorry, Arnold Schwarzenegger's version, even though he was like fighting for his wife, he was gay.
Yeah, Tim Burton's Batman
That actually,
series,
that should not have been Tim Burton's.
that whole era, I guess, then maybe not Tim Burton
Yes.
specifically, but that whole era, that it was all very homoerotic in the costume choices because it was all like latex and pleather and like skin tight.
Yeah, no.
And it looked like something you would wear to like a disco or like a
No,
fucking
it's very true. Tim Burton's
drag show.
Tim Burton's were only the Batman and the Batman Returns.
I think Batman Returns has Dr. Freeze in it. Mr. Freeze.
No, it doesn't.
No?
Batman, Dr. Freeze is Batman and Robin.
Okay.
Batman Return is Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman, who is my favorite Catwoman.
A gay awakening.
Yeah. Also, Danny DeVito is the Penguin, which was also a very strange gay awakening.
But also, he was kind of like perfect. He was perfect.
Well,
in that
yeah,
movie.
that's why I said it's a strange awakening, because he was perfect.
Yeah.
That's why I said it was strange. No, yes, and it is Mr. Freeze.
Mr. Freeze.
Yeah, no, because that was the guy who directed that. That was Joel Schumacher.
Okay.
Yeah. No, yeah, Batman only, literally, Burton was done with it once Michael Keaton was done with it.
Yeah.
Which, we'll get into the who's actually a good Batman, like, way later. I'm actually oddly excited to see, what's his name?
Robert Pattinson?
Yeah, I'm actually oddly excited to see Robert Pattinson.
I think he's going to be the only one who gets the actual, like, who Batman is as a character. Because, like, he is an angsty, like, grunge dude who, like, just, he dresses up as a bat, and it's absurd. And, like, everyone else, like Christian Bale, everyone before him, they just took it, except for Adam West, they all took it like, he's a serious man, he's like,
Did you just say Adam West?
Except for him.
Oh, well, I was going to say, I actually honestly prefer Michael Keaton's because he adds a sense of humor to it.
Yeah.
That it's like, it's serious, but it's also like this weird, not serious.
Yeah.
Michael Keaton is still my favorite Batman.
I think
I
that
didn't
his
mind
edge towards like the absurd, but like, I don't know. I think they didn't toe it enough. I think they didn't take it far enough that way.
For Michael Keaton?
Yeah. I haven't seen it in a while, so I could be mistaken, but
you also have to remember that like that Batman that should have been the first actual movie post Adam West.
Mm-hmm.
So like that was I think Michael Keaton was actually, don't quote me because I know someone's gonna at me and I'm like, don't at me, but I think Michael Keaton was the first other actor to play Batman in a film besides Adam West. I think.
I don't know.
But like in all honesty, I'm not gonna say that like Ben Affleck was the best, but his wasn't the worst. I hated Christian Bale's though.
Same. I liked the movies, but I did not like him.
Oh, see, I also didn't like them. I didn't like the movies.
I thought it was, I don't know. It took like these absurd characters, like these comic book characters, and kind of grounded them in reality. And like the costumes weren't like just, Jim Carrey's Riddler, like it's stupid and cheesy, but like, I don't know. It took like these absurd things and like put them in the real world and gave them like realistic costumes. And I thought that was cool. And like the technology side of it, like updating it so that like it could realistically happen. I liked that a lot. But I don't like Christian Bale as Batman. I don't like that character of Batman. Because, like, doesn't Batman have a code of no killing? No, that's Superman.
No, yeah, Superman has that code. Batman, it's more like trying to differentiate between, like, the good and evil. Especially because there is... And, like, that's the whole point of Batman is, like, that kind of duality of good and evil, that there's a gray area in all of us, But I think I didn't like those movies because to me they actually felt very cookie cutter.
Oh,
do you know what I mean?
They were for sure like the formulaic blockbuster summer movie.
Yeah, and it was like, in all honesty, because I'm gonna be honest, I didn't see most of them, but I did see the first one, and that was when I was like, I'm not gonna see the rest because I got so bored, I fell asleep, and people made fun of me. They were like, "What about all like fight scenes and all of that?" And I was like, dude, if I can sleep through like some of the loudest horror movies, I can sleep through that. Like,
yeah.
I listen to horror movies when I sleep. I literally did have someone ask me if I was a Satanist because they were like, you listen to horror movies to sleep? And I'm like, well, when you watch a movie enough, you know what's coming.
Yeah, the beats.
So yes, I do. I listen to like white noise when I sleep, which has moments of loudness. Like it is what it is. But like, I don't know. Mr. Freeze was just always very gay to me. Like, I was always really kind of confused when I was a kid. I was like, why is he fighting for his wife? Like, where's his bro? Where's his man? But no, yeah, like Michael Keaton is still my favorite Batman. And a lot of people will at me for it, and I know that, but he's still my favorite.
I think I would have to rewatch the not Christian Bale Batmans again to pick a favorite, but
Well, and of course, I will say, just because I don't like the films, Heath Ledger was still an amazing Joker, even though I didn't like the movie. But I will also say my absolute favorite Joker is still Jack Nicholson. Yeah. Because I very much liked, his portrayal. And I think it's because Heath Ledger took it to... Not that Jack Nicholson didn't take it to a dark place, but it was the way that the perception of the Joker of, like...
He went from being, like, a crazy business guy to, like, just a fucking wild, chaotic, evil kind of thing.
Exactly.
And
that's the line.
I feel like Jack Nicholson's Joker maybe wasn't lawful evil, but somewhere between lawful evil and neutral evil.
Yeah,
and
like he
and Heath Ledger was way over as chaotic evil as possible.
Yeah, he was chaotic. He was within like all chaotics, like lawful, neutral, evil, like it didn't matter. And I think that's why I very much appreciated his take on it, but he's still not my favorite Joker. I actually also really like if you haven't seen it, highly recommend it. Harley Quinn, the animated series.
I've heard good things.
Oh god, it's so good. And I don't think I need to look it up really quick.
Yeah, what is it on? Is it on Hulu?
Huh?
Is it on Hulu?
It's not on Hulu. I actually had to do, and I didn't get to finish it, so I'm gonna sneak another free trial. I had to do a free trial of the new HBO Now because they're getting rid of HBO Go.
It's the same app. I don't know why they're doing this, but yeah.
No, it's not the same app. HBO...
But it's the same concept, right? It's just HBO.
Well, it's... Okay. So HBO Now is literally the exact same concept as HBO Go. However, HBO and HBO Now are two separate apps. So, like, literally, if you have HBO... you have to give someone, let's say like you're the owner of HBO, like you own that account, you have to give someone permissions, like if you have like a family account, that for them to get the HBO Now app.
Yeah.
And there are some things on HBO Now that are not on HBO. Yeah.
That's bullshit.
Yeah, it is bullshit.
So I'm just gonna steal it.
Alan Tudyk! Oh my god, I love Alan Tudyk. That's what I was gonna say. Alan Tudyk plays the Joker. In the Harley Quinn animated series. He's fucking hilarious. He was in Firefly.
Yes.
Oh,
he plays
amazing.
the chicken in Moana.
Yes, he is the chicken in Moana.
Have you seen the clip? I think I saw it on Twitter where he was doing like the and then he looks directly into the camera and he goes, "I went to Juilliard."
No, I haven't. Well, he was also in that film I showed you, in Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
Yeah, he was in that.
Yeah.
He was in another movie that I watched recently.
He's in a ton of shit.
The one with Heath Ledger, The Knight's Tale, A Knight's Prince.
Yes, he's in The Knight's Tale.
Yeah.
He's super talented. His Joker is really good. His voice of the Joker,
Mark Hamill does a good Joker as well.
Well, he does. Mark Hamill does a really good Joker, but hilariously, Mark Hamill loves this series. And he's afraid because it's only on its second season that it's not going to get a third season. And I'm going to be honest, I adore this series too. Actually, it was because of Mark Hamill that I did the free trial of HBO Now to be able to watch this. Because he was like, hey guys, this show is really fucking good. It's on its second season. It might not get a third season. Watch it so it gets a third season. And I was like, if Mark Hamill says so, I guess I have to.
Yes, Father Mark.
Yes, Father Mark.
I will do it.
I will. Because yes, his Joker is also really good. Also, his Chucky in the new Child's Play is fantastic. You would actually really like the new Child's Play, EJ, because it's not that scary, and it's a whole different. It is literally a whole different take on Chucky. Like even oh my god, what's his name? Oh my god, this is gonna kill me. Like, now I have to look it up because this is gonna kill me. The original actor who played Chucky very much enjoyed Mark Hamill's take.
You've told me this. You've told me this.
Yes, I have.
I don't remember the name either. So, don't know.
Brad Dourif. That's it. Brad Dourif. And he's played Chucky for literally decades.
Mm-hmm.
And when they didn't ask, literally, Mark Hamill called Brad and he was like, is it okay if I play Chucky? And Brad was like, actually, I would very much love to see how you play Chucky. Like, Brad was like, I want you to do it. Do it. And Mark was like, okay. Yes, Dad, I'll do it. Like literally, it was so cute watching Mark Hamill in that interview because he was so happy that Brad was so happy with it. And I'm like, honestly, Brad Dourif is like just a really cool guy. So
cool.
But yeah,
Freeze.
But yeah,
Freeze is gay.
Freeze is gay. He was always gay. His wife was his mask.
Heterocentric bullshit.
Yeah.
All right. So, this is the part of the show, the part of the day of the show, where we would play Slut Corner. However, we did not receive any because I only posted the episode yesterday. So, womp womp.
Well, and I'm going to be honest, I forgot to post it onto Facebook because I was going to do that once we talked about it. And then I was like, you know what? I should do that. And then I fell asleep. So.
Same. I yesterday I was like, oh, if we're going to record a podcast, should I post it? Probably. So we'll just talk about what Slut Corner is. If you go to our website, www.forfunsakepodcast.com, you'll see a nice little paragraph about what we are, a meme of the month that's been up since January.
So meme of the year?
Yeah, meme of the year. And then Slut Corner, you can send your Slut Corner questions to slutcorner@forfunsakepodcast.com because I am a tech mogul and I wired that up. And that will just come directly to our email inboxes. So I will get a notification on my phone. Isn't that great? You should too, if you have notifications turned on. Anyway, so what even is Slut Corner? Sammy, would you like to...
Slut Corner is where we keep all our sluts. Thanks and have a great day, everybody. Just kidding. Slut Corner is where you can ask us anything. And I mean anything. You can ask us why your toe itches.
About what we get, how we feed our sluts, how we deliver water, you know.
How we clothe our sluts. We like to do a lot of things with our sluts. Yeah. But no, all serious, Slut Corner is where you can ask us anything. And literally, we mean anything. You can ask us why the sky is blue, why your toe hurts, or why the patriarchy is just a piece of shit. Mm-hmm. And we will answer it to the best of our abilities. We've had some really interesting questions in the past. And I think, do we still actually have some from Zach that we haven't answered?
Perhaps. I was gonna say, think like sleepover at 2 a.m. kind of questions, you know? Like we answered one, like, would you rather have a dog with human hands or a cat with a human face? And we talked about that.
And I think we did talk about having, what was it, like a duck the size of a horse or a horse the size of a duck?
And we had to fight 100 of each or something?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. So, you know, that kind of stuff. Or like, you know... if we said something in a previous podcast and you'd like more information or like more us to talk about it more, that'd be cool too. You know, anything really. That's what Slut Corner is. And our loyal listener, for it,
but I can't find it.
Yeah, our loyal listener and Sammy's friend and my friend Zach,
best friend,
sent us a whole Google Doc of questions, and we made some progress in it. Sammy is currently looking to see if we ever finished it, but I don't think we did.
I don't think we finished it, but I also can't find it. Just because I can't find it doesn't mean it's gone. I just have a lot of stuff in my Dropbox right now.
Yeah, it's somewhere in the Google Doc osphere. That wraps it up. I think we did a good job. We did a good job. I actually have to edit this because we had technical difficulties in the middle there.
We did. We always do. We are the technical difficulties. Hashtag we are the
elementary school report cards.
Huh?
On my elementary school report cards was the technical difficulty.
Mine was really should stop eating glue. Just kidding. I never eat glue. I ate Play-Doh.
1 point for you. So if we're gonna close at the podcast, at this point we haven't done it yet because no one's ever done it before. But we would do our advertisements now, or did we say we would do that in the middle? I forget. We would do advertisements at some point during our show. If we had
We
them.
would do advertisements at some point during our show. I think we would it would be fun to do them in the middle.
Yeah,
because then we
that's
can
a
do
good-
a little pausarino.
Yeah.
So hey, would you like to advertise something you do? Your art, your business, your best friend. Well, guess what? If you go to forfunsakepodcast.com, you
/
can
advertise.
Oh, / advertise. Thank
.html.
you. At Gmail? What?
.html.
Hey, EJ, you want to repeat what you just said?
www.forfunsakepodcast.com / advertise.html.
Then you enter your PayPal because yes, you do have to pay for it because yes, we love you. We will do things sometimes for free, but that's because you do things for free for us. It's a vice versa thing. Thank you for that intermittent rant. What was I saying? Yes, because we will advertise for you. Yes, we will.
We have
so if you
3 tiers.
Yes, there are 3 tiers of advertisement. EJ, take it away.
So the first one is $5. It's a personal shout out. You got a friend, they got a birthday, they got a big event, they like our podcast. Fill out our Google form with your PayPal.
Your PayPal what?
With your PayPal, and a message, and for $5, we'll shout them out. For $15, that's where if you have an online business or you have a Twitch stream or you have, I don't know, you're selling a dresser on eBay and you're not getting any bites. $15, and we'll shout it out for you to our audience of, I think our episode before the revival had like 97 listens on SoundCloud, so
Hey,
it could help.
We're making slow progress, and you know what? Slow progress is slow progress. So
yeah, so $15 and we'll shout it out to whoever you would like to our viewers. And for $50, it's a personalized episode. You choose the names of the games, the Slut Corner questions, the words we use, anything you want for $50.
Yep.
So
yep. We become your sluts. Wasn't that funny?
There are two of your faces, 2 of my faces, and my camera is usually up here when I stream, so like I never know where to look.
No, I feel that.
When you tell a stupid joke.
But yeah. So we have all these options for you. We also have a Ko-fi.
Yes.
If you would like to just share a cup of coffee with us.
Yep. ko-fi.com / for fun's sake podcast. If you would like to donate to us.
And that is FORFUNSAKE.
2 S's, bud.
I can't do it. PODA. No, POC. I can't do it. I went to high school and college, ladies and gentlemen.
Nice. So that's our shit.
Yes, and you can find links to everything we talked about in the description box below and on our Facebook page / website.
Correct. I have an overlay on the screen record that says www.forfunsakepodcast.com. You just copy that. You just type it in. Our website is in the description of everything we do. Pretty sure. I try. It's pretty easy.
Might not be. That's okay.
It's pretty easy to remember. Pardon me. Anyway, that's our business.
That's our show.
That's our business. Thank you, Ryan, for our theme song, and thank you, Naomi, for our album cover.
Yep.
Flower Boy and at Nene Eggs on Twitter. The album and the Twitter, respectively.
Flower Boy is super dope. You can find it anywhere you find music digitally. And Naomi's art is fantastic, so highly recommend that. And yeah, I think that's about it. Keep it.
We did it.
We did it. Keep it tight, people. What?
Keep it tight.
Keep it. Bye.
With Sammy and EJ.